Welcome to the new sailing season on Polaris. And no worries, this is not a diving video. But before we actually start our season, and because Polaris has not been out of the water for more than a year now, we wanted to have a quick check of the underwater situation. Check and replace the anodes and get off the worst of the algae, which fortunately only grows slowly in the cold water. And yes, the water is cold, just 1 degree. Good morning and welcome to a new sailing season. It is the 27th of May and we're just leaving Skjervøy, the harbour of Skjervøy, which is east of Tromsø. We haven't showed you the path up from Finnsnes via Tromsø up here because last year we had plenty of sailing in this area and we thought we start with something new. So that's the start of the new series. We're going out of Skjervøy today and are doing about a 30 nautical miles trip to Bergsfjorden, which is in the direction of Hammerfest. Hammerfest is our next destination, and the weather today is overcast. Maybe we have a few showers. There's not a lot of wind we expect, actually hardly any, and it's a calm motoring day as often up here. Making good progress on today's route. We started down here in Skjervøy and we're going up here into Bergsfjorden, and the track looks a bit like that. So we went out of Skjervøy and into Liveaboard. This is one of the coastal danger areas here. This whole area is prone to bad waves in bad wind, so it's good to cross this part here and to go ahead in relatively calm weather like now. It can be a washing machine here, dangerous washing machine. So we went up, we went around the corner here, and in between these two islands, the small ones, we're now just coming up to this sharp turn over there, and then we go into Sandlandsfjorden and down into the destination of today, Bergsfjorden. Here in Bergsfjord, we experienced probably the second worst nightmare for a sailor right after sinking the boat. We filled the bilges of Polaris with sewage. To cut a long story short, we had a blocked toilet tank drain, and whilst trying to fix this, I accidentally overfilled the tank with the inspection hatch open. I leave the rest to your own imagination, but we're happy to say that the situation has been resolved, the toilet works again, and there was no long-term damage done. Good morning, another day. We just left the beautiful place called Bergsfjord. It's a small village, inhabited probably by about 50 people. There's a fishing camp, there's a store, there's a ferry terminal with a fast ferry to Alta, and very lovely people. We enjoyed it very much here, and today we're on the way from Bergsfjord to Hammerfest, out the fjord and then up around the corner here, all the way up and then across Sørøysundet. Here's the island of Sørøya, that's Skjervøy, and we're going in between these two islands, up here between these two islands, and then here into Hammerfest, which is the northernmost town in the world, very close to the North Cape. The wind forecast is rather benign. We have 7 knots of true wind, so not a lot. It should continue like that the whole day. It's from the southwest at the moment. It will turn towards the east during the day, and here in this sound we might have maybe some higher winds. Normally when it gets narrow in a sound, you can have 2 to 3 times the ground wind, so if that's 7 knots, we could easily have up to 20 knots in there. We will see, and we're just going on. We're early, it's 8:30 in the morning, it's about 7 hours, so we should be there in mid-afternoon. Behind us is the ferry from Hasvik, crossing Sørøysundet. It's no wind at all, it's flat calm, and we're motoring with about 7 knots towards Hammerfest. Some local drizzle down there. Put the radar on, but there's not a lot of traffic. 2 or 3 boats that we can see on AIS, that's all. How is it going, Catherine?
Very bra. It's now I think it's the 7th piece that I. No, it's the 5th. Whatever.
That you crochet?
Yeah, and it's much easier. The first was really a struggle, but now I'm getting it.
What are you making?
I'm making a jacket.
We are just outside Sørøyfjorden, which was a long one to go through. Now we're in the approach of Hammerfest. It's about 12 nautical miles to go. We've made 3/4 of our today's travel already. We're in more open water again. The weather has cleared up, the drizzle is gone, the sun is pressing through, and in the far distance we can see the Hurtigruten boat that just left Hammerfest and is going south. We try to go into the marina that is in the town center. I have no clue how this looks like and what will be there, so we're gonna have a look and see. If it's nothing, then we go to the other side of the bay. There's another marina there where there's also fuel, but it's outside of the city center. That's why I would like to go into the city center to be closer to the action, but we'll see how it looks. The weather today is lovely, the sun's up, okay, that's normal because it's midnight sun here, but the sun is shining. The sky is cloudless and there's a light wind, not enough to sail, I'm afraid, again, but we take what we have. That's a good day to get closer to Nordkapp. We definitely had more video footage from our rounding of the notorious Nordkapp in fantastic weather, but somehow most of it got lost, and sadly we only have very little material of this epic moment. We made it!
Up to the Nordkapp.
Just behind us. Meanwhile, we have arrived in Honningsvåg, home to 2,000 people and the town closest to the Nordkapp, which makes it a regular stop for the Hurtigruten and large cruise ships. We stop here for a few days as the weather turns bad. We go on a hike up Nordtrappa. It's around 1,000 granite steps, built by Nepalese Sherpas in 2017, lead up to Storfjellet that offers spectacular views into Magerøysundet. And on our way up, we come past this modern design structure. It looks a bit like a modern sauna, we think, but we're far off. This is a refuge cabin with a panoramic window. Just imagine watching the northern lights in the depth of the winter from the warmth and comfort of this place. There are still quite a lot of snow cornices on the northern slope of Storfjellet, and we have to find our own way down the icy flanks. Back in town, we walk past the Sjøgate pub at Perleporten Kulturhus with its own microbrewery. We thought it would be rude not to stop and enjoy a refreshing cold lager, and we had a long and deep conversation about life and tourism up here with two very sympathetic local ladies. Good morning. It's today is Wednesday, the 4th of June, and we just left Honningsvåg. Lovely place. We stayed here for I think 3 days now. The weather wasn't too good the last few days. Some high winds, some rain, and we did some land excursions. But now today is the day again. It's unfortunately probably light winds. We're going to Hammerfest. That's 62 nautical miles. We're about probably 10 hours. We should be on the way. There's a tidal gauge further up here, which we had to wait for. That's why we could only leave at 10:30. The current should rip through there with 2 knots plus, so it's better to be prepared for that. We'll see. It's in about 5 nautical miles where that zone starts, and we'll see how it goes. I just checked the engine again. Everything's okay. We have to observe the thing. It's the oil in the gearbox is a bit high, and that could have several reasons. But if tonight we see an emulsion in the oil there, that wouldn't be good. That would mean water would be leaking in. So that needs to be observed, but otherwise I think everything looks fine. We're okay.
Oh no, around Easter we had friends over, so we caught quite a lot of cod, and I gave a try to hang them behind the boat to let them air dry. I put a little bit of salt on it, and they are really hard now, but we will let them hang and then give a try. We have to re-soak them. And I think it's called bacalao, is it?
No, it's not.
It's how
This is not called bacalao. I think this is called buknafisk.
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 Buknafisk. So but I think it looks very, very professional and very local. So we will let you know how it goes.
We are fighting the current. We see we do 7.172 sometimes through the water, but only 6.5 to 6.8 over ground. So we have about half a knot of current still against us. That's what the model actually says. So I think that's quite normal. But once we're around here, which is another 4 miles ahead of us, the current should turn and should carry us through that sund here, and it's quite well known that the current in here goes very fast, so I would expect probably about 2 knots plus of current carrying us through that sund there.
And crochet jacket, so it's a combination of both, and we'll see how it goes.
Obviously you're enjoying the beautiful weather. Beautiful weather today. The sun is shining, it's quite warm for the area, and there's not a lot of wind, less than 10 knots from behind at the moment, so nothing to sail, nothing to write home about, but we are just enjoying the landscape and the beautiful blue of the water and the snow-covered mountains around us. It's absolutely marvelous. We're in Magerøy Sund here, and just ahead of us it will narrow to a narrow channel where the tide will rush through. There's quite some fishing activity going on here in this sund. There's about 3 fishing boats we can see, and a lot of buoys that I think indicate crab pots, so they're probably going for king crab here. We also saw the boat just over there lifting a pot up. They're huge, these pots, but then the king crabs are huge as well. So it's good that we are out in the middle of the current, because here we can't see any buoys. We won't run the risk to overrun them, and I still wait for the tide to turn. Well, that one I think we screwed up. We still have about 1 knot of tide against us. We're in the middle of the sund now, where if everything would be right, we should be flushing through with at least 8 knots now, or even 9 maybe, but we still have the current against us. So we were too early, still too early. I waited until 10:30, until high water in Honningsvåg. That's where I read we should start, but maybe we're too fast for that, so probably half an hour or so too strong, too quick, and that still gives us this strong current against us. So I hope it will change soon, and on the light side maybe we'll have a favorable current for a little bit longer today with us, so at least there's hope for that. It's full of king crab pots here. Water's not very deep, about 50-60 meters. There's a field over there. Down there we see a few. There's one straight ahead of us. The good thing is it was all of these are put into fiskeinfo at barentswatch.no, so you can actually see them, and you can see where there is a minefield to cross. So we were prepared. I knew they were coming, so that's all good. We're now right in the middle of Magerøy Sund. This is another narrows on our way. Just ahead of us is Hammerfest Sund with the bridge. That is 23 meters, a clearance of 23 meters, as we have 22 meters. It's just a bit too close for comfort for me, so we go on the outside of that island. It adds maybe 2 nautical miles more to our travel to Hammerfest today. We do have some wind right now, but it seems to be quite local. We have, it's gone down to 10 knots again. We had 12, 13 before, it's now down to 10. ahead of us, it looks like it dies down again. It's very local, and we have to stay on a schedule to make it in good time to Hammerfest. We still have 40 nautical miles to do. If everything goes fine, we should be there by 8 o'clock in the evening, and so there's just no time to lose with sailing slow or not sailing at all. So shame on us, but that's it. The tide so far has been very disappointing. Despite our calculations and talking to a local fisherman who told us when to leave, we always had the tide on our nose. Through Magerøysund we had the tide with about half a knot to 1 knot against us, and now again, whatever we do, we have about half a knot of tide against us, which is strange because we have an ebbing flow now, and the ebbing flow generally up here means that the water flows westwards, so that would be in our favor, in our direction, but this just doesn't seem to work here in these fjords. It's interesting but a bit frustrating. We have a couple of big hops to make. The one today is 62 knots from Honningsvåg to Hammerfest. The reason why we do that is we have a window today with favorable weather and winds, and tomorrow we have a blow coming in from the west, so we would have quite strong winds against us, and the same is valid for Friday. So strong winds on the nose, nothing for us. That's why we go into Hammerfest and wait. And then, as at the moment it looks that Saturday will be a good weather window again. No wind, but at least not against us. For another big hop, probably to Skjervøy or Skjervøy or something in that area. We need to make these big hops because the weather windows are still not very long. The weather is not too stable, and we want to be in Tromsø around the 10th or 12th of June to be ready and prepare the boat for our trip to Svalbard. We just passed the northern corner of the island of Havøya, and that marks the halfway point of today's journey. It's another 31 nautical miles that we have to go for Hammerfest. The next leg is a long one, 24 nautical miles in one direction across a sea arm here. There's a bit of swell in here standing, not too much. Wind has completely died down here at the moment. It's maybe 5 knots, and it's coming right from the front, so nothing to sail with. We're just moving on. We're just crossing this little tow here. There's quite a few of these up here. Sometimes they tow fish farms, sometimes it's machinery like that, so that's quite normal. It's 6:15 in the evening. We are almost done. We have 9 nautical miles to go, so about 1.5 hours. Hammerfest is just behind this island here, so we go around the corner and into Hammerfest. It's been a long journey. We left at 10:30 this morning. It's 6:15 now, and it's going to be 7:30, 8 o'clock until we're in. The weather, the temperature was okay. It was about 12 degrees the whole day, so not too cold. Nothing really reportable happened. It was kind of a boring day today. No sailing, not a lot of ships, no other yachts. We were just out on our own in the vast of the Finnmark. But I guess that's how it is up here.